CalDigit has been making some of the best Thunderbolt-enabled docks and other connectivity hardware for years, building up a strong reputation for quality and powerful performance. The fantastic TS3 Plus docking station instantly became a previous gen product with the introduction of a new Thunderbolt 4 standard. CalDigit's response is this: the Thunderbolt Station 4. While the CalDigit TS4 isn't the only Thunderbolt 4 enabled dock on the market, it does continue to set the benchmark. Using the latest Thunderbolt 4 technology to boost performance and port selection, the result is an impressive dock that beats most of the competition. With a solid build quality, we have a design that's almost identical to its predecessor, with that signature ribbed casing, which not only helps dissipate any heat, but gives it an added bit of flair too. A rubber-lined pad on the bottom works to steady the unit when placed vertically on your desk, although removable rubber strips are also included and slide onto the ribs relatively easily should you want to use the dock horizontally. I do appreciate the extra effort on CalDigit's part here, considering most Thunderbolt 4 docks work only horizontally, so it's nice to have the option with this design. Otherwise, the TS4 is a little larger than the TS3 before it, but it also comes with more ports, 18 in fact. On the back, alongside the power port, which we'll come back to in just a moment, we have our main Thunderbolt 4 host port, used to connect the dock to your main laptop or computer system. Next to this, a further two full-speed 40 gigabits per second Thunderbolt 4 ports, used to connect Thunderbolt 4 enabled SSDs or other devices, such as external displays, for which we also have a DisplayPort 1.4. So whether it's via the Thunderbolt 4 or the DisplayPort, we have the ability to attach dual 4K 60Hz monitors, or even a single 8K, depending upon your host system of course. Anyways, moving on, across the top row we find a single USB-C 3.2 Gen 2 full 10 gigabits per second port, although bear in mind you can use the Thunderbolt 4 ports for USB devices too of course, audio in and out ports, and 4 USB Type-A ports, also 3.2 Gen 2 full 10 gigabits per second. Finally, we have a higher speed 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port, and is becoming the new standard for routers, switches and NAS devices. Of course, you can use this with traditional 1 gigabit Ethernet devices too. So that's a healthy number of ports on the rear used for more longer term attached devices, while over on the front are some extra frequently used ports, namely 2 more USB-C and a USB-A port, all 3.2 Gen 2 of course, along with a 3.5mm audio combo port, and a pair of UHS 2 SD and micro SD card readers. And note, these two readers can be used simultaneously too. All in all, the only thing missing here is a dedicated HDMI port, for which you'll need to use an external adapter, but otherwise this carries all the ports most would ever need. It should be noted though that the CalDigit TS4, while small, isn't as portable as it may appear due to its power brick, which is as large as the dock itself. This is a necessary evil due to the power delivery capabilities, but in itself brings across a large benefit too. The dock provides 98 watts laptop power directly through the rear host port, and it's actually one of the only Thunderbolt 4 docks that would always provide a consistent charge. With most other Thunderbolt 4 docks, power delivery can drop as they divert power to other newly connected devices, since they feature a lower wattage power supply. Thanks to the TS4's 230 watt power supply, it will always supply 98 watts of power, regardless of how many power-hungry devices are connected, so clear, consistent power that won't drop. And that 230 watt power supply means there's plenty enough to feed other devices simultaneously. The front USB-C ports can charge at 20 watts and 7.5 watts respectively, while the front USB-A port hits 7.5 watts too. Around the back, all rear USB ports can manage 7.5 watts, while the downstream Thunderbolt 4 ports can hit 15 watts. So plenty of power for all external devices, bearing in mind all these ports have dedicated power that won't drop as more devices are connected. Another neat little trick allows the TS4 to charge devices through most of its ports even when your laptop isn't plugged into it, letting it double as a charging station. So the front USB-A, the 2 rear USB-A ports, and all the USB-C ports will continue to charge even if there's no host laptop connected. And considering the front Type-C provides 20 watts of power, it can be used to easily charge your smartphone, watch, or other external devices even without the host device being connected. a really useful feature. Talking of connecting host devices, a 0.8 meter cable is included, allowing you to connect through the Thunderbolt 4 port on the back of the dock. Detachable cables are nice since you won't have to replace the entire dock should the cable receive any damage over time. Note though that although this is a Thunderbolt 4 dock, it will still work with older tech like Thunderbolt 3 and standard USB-C. Although naturally you'll get the best experience by connecting to a laptop with the latest Thunderbolt standard, but it does mean it can also be used with an iPad Pro for instance, adding that extra layer of versatility. I also appreciate the way the TS4 has a rear host connection to the host device, which makes for more elegant cable management. The majority of Thunderbolt 4 docks available have a front-facing port, which means that the cable management does get messy on your desk. Now, there have been reports of devices not waking and reconnecting when using an Apple silicon-based host device from sleep, but throughout use I've had no issues with my particular unit. It all works perfectly well, providing a great yet neat solution for connecting my array of external drives and devices to my one system. On the other hand though, there are two main downsides to Thunderbolt docks like this one. The first obvious one is cost. While basic portable USB-C docks can be found for a fraction of the cost, you're going to spend triple the price and often much more on a Thunderbolt-enabled dock. The other downside is power. They require big power supplies to be able to charge your computer and run all the peripherals you might plug into the dock. The TS4 comes with that large 230 watt power supply brick that you have to find room for, usually down the side of your desk. Nevertheless, the TS4 certainly offers something special. While it's small enough to sit vertically or horizontally on your desk, it's universally compatible with a range of host devices, be it laptops, desktops or tablets, offers a huge array of 18 ports that provide consistent simultaneous power to all connected devices, be it while online or while offline and not even connected to a host device. All this capability packed into a relatively small and compact box make the CalDigit TS4 the ultimate dock that's easy to recommend.